The 450 motocross class heats up with the release of Kawasaki's all-new KX450F. For 2016, engineers went back to the drawing board, giving the premier class KXF its first major overhaul in 7 years. Engine. Since its inception a decade ago, Kawasaki's KX450F engine has developed a reputation as an absolute powerhouse. And for single quote 16, it looks to build that legacy with an overhauled design that's lighter, smoother and more powerful. Engine cases are reshaped and fabricated from thinner aluminum castings. The cylinder has shifted forward 8.5 mm for improved combustion efficiency, which also allowed engineers remove weight from the engine's bottom end, 3.3 ounces. While that may not seem like much, the weight savings is compounded when the crankshaft is spinning in the meat of its 11,450 RPM power band. In fact, engineers were so hell-bent on shaving weight, even the Kickstarter was retooled and is now 2.6 ounces lighter. Inside, a new piston, 8.1 compression ratio unchanged, with a reshaped crown accommodates the revised contour of the intake valves. Diameter also unchanged at 36 mm. The valve train is spun by a pair of lighter camshafts, 1.2 ounces, with more timing advance on the rear intake cam for stronger bottom-end power. Lastly, a new cylinder head was bolted on with revised porting. The 5-speed transmission also received tweaks highlighted by lighter input/output cogs shaving another 9.2 ounces. Lastly, a new rear sprocket, 50-tooth, shaves almost 2 ounces. The engine pulls fuel from a lighter, 3.5 ounces, and more compact throttle body that uses a shorter fuel injector. Fuel tank capacity is up by nearly a quart to 1.66 gallons. The plastic tank is almost a quarter-inch shorter, enhancing the KX's center of gravity as well as flattening out the forwardmost portion of the seat. Speaking of the seat, that's new too, and features a straighter profile to boost rider mobility. A redesigned airbox sheds another half-pound and adds a pair of intake channels on either side of the rear fender. On the exhaust side, engineers fabricated a quieter pipe with FMF-style expansion/resonance chamber. All told, the engine weighs 4 pounds and 40 pence less than before. Chassis. Although heavy and bulky feeling, the KX450F's chassis is one of the most stable and sure-footed in its class. So engineers slimmed it down, paring 3 pounds and 10 pence from it. The frame's forward down tube is now fabricated from a forged aluminum piece and mated to the cast body. The change is said to boost front-end feel through turns, something that the KX450F has historically lacked. The main spars have been moved inward by nearly a quarter-inch, resulting in a slimmer feel at the seat. The radiators were also tilted in 10 degrees to accommodate the 1.2-inch narrower radiator shrouds. The frame continues to employ 2-foot peg height options, 5 mm difference. In total, 1 pound was shed from the frame alone. The swing arm received attention as well, with the all-new design enhanced for rigidity and improved rear grip. The new swing arm also drops another 7.8 ounces in weight. Suspension-wise, Kawasaki continues to run Showa's single-function, triple-air chamber pneumatic fork. See inside Showa's SFF air-tack suspension sidebar. For 2016, the inner tubes are thinner, lobbing away 11 ounces. New low-friction fork seals were also installed, and the valving inside the left leg reduced because of the KX's weight loss diet. Out back, the KX's shock works through a longer linkage and employs a lighter 5.2 kg/mm spring versus last year's 5.3, again because of the weight loss, with corresponding valving spec. All said, the rear suspension lost another 11.6 ounces. The Renthal 971 bent handlebar, 4-way adjustable handlebar offset, triple clamp, wheels, brakes and Bridgestone M403/M404 tires all carry over from last year. Electronics. A leader in MX electronics development, the KX450F continues to employ its handy fuel injection coupler system, allowing the rider to easily modify the KX's power band based on preference or terrain. The green coupler is the standard map with optional soft terrain/aggressive white and hard terrain/soft power delivery black couplers. Furthermore, Team Green replaces its clunky 5-year-old Kawasaki fuel injection calibration kit, requires an external battery and Windows 7 base computer with a more simple self-powered handheld unit. KXF calibration kit $699.95 to alter fuel injection and ignition timing. Push-button launch control also returns. When activated, the KX reverts to a separate ignition map which aims to reduce wheel spin in first and second gears during launches on slippery surfaces, such as concrete start pads. First impression. Although the KX is thoroughly revamped, it retains all of the qualities we loved in its predecessor, like its explosive and easily tunable power delivery, adult-sized ergonomics and semi-truck-like stability, especially in the rough stuff. Thankfully, the qualities that are gone are the squawks, including its porky, oversized feel and clumsy turn-in/low speed, most noticeable in tighter/slower second gear turns. Lift the KXF off the stand and it's clear that it's shed some heft. Kawasaki claims a 7.5-pound weight reduction, which brings fueled, ready-to-ride curb weight to just over 239 pounds. For reference, that's current generation Honda CRF 450R territory, a dirt bike that's been renowned for the last 7 years because of its lithe feel. The interaction between man and machine has also improved, with the KX feeling slimmer and less bulky between the rider's legs. Like its predecessor, the ability to tailor the offset of the handlebar and the height of the footpegs is a nice touch. Out on track, sharper turn-in is the most obvious upgrade to the single-16 bike. Here the KX feels more adept at quick direction changes. Where the previous 2009 to 2015 generation bike had a tendency to feel tall in the front and push wide through inside turns, the new model has little problem tracking inside ruts. Yet, steering remains fluid and neutral, never turning more or less than the rider inputs. Stability at speed was also at a premium, though to be fair, High Point Raceway never got rough enough to really put the chassis through a true test.